In Matthew 6, 9, and 10, these familiar words of our Lord. Pray then in this way: Our Father who is in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This is the substantive, foundational, basic teaching that our Lord gave us on how to pray. This is How to Pray 101. Prayer is the means by which we speak to God. And whatever it is that God has designed for us to do in praying is what we ought to do and not something else. The contemporary charismatic world is rife with deception with regard to prayer. When it comes to the nature of prayer, the essence of prayer, what prayer is, they are completely at the opposite end of the truth. There are currently about 500 million self-proclaimed charismatics in the world, 500 million of them, and dominant among them, largely all of them adhere to one or another element of this, is this prosperity gospel, this name it and claim it kind of aberrant deception. For them, prayer is a personal force that will bring you whatever you want. That's what it is. It is a creative force. It is a creative power. It is a creative energy by which you attract any object or any experience or any situation that you want. It works like this: know what you want. Believe you will receive it, visualize its arrival, and speak it into existence. Those are the 4 steps, and you find them with everybody from Benny Hinn to Joel Osteen and everybody in between. This is essentially the principle of prayer. Know what you want. That's where it starts. If you don't know what you want, this thing isn't going to get off the ground. Believe you will receive it. Visualize its appearance, and then your words in that context can speak it into existence. This is called the law of attraction. You will attract what you create by your faith expressed in words. In a sense, this is how you pray. One writer says, and I quote, "It works every time, just place your order." In fact, they tell us that when you pray that way, you shift the universe to make your desires happen for you. This is how millions of people are being taught to pray around the world. Decide what you want. Believe you're going to get it, visualize receiving it, and speak it into existence. You create whatever you want. And the list does not sound like this: holiness, righteousness, purity, humility, brokenness. No. The list is all material: health, wealth, success, prosperity, privilege. You speak in this kind of prayer faith words that bring into existence what you want. This kind of confident prayer activates God for your desires. And God is just sitting up there waiting to be activated. They will even tell you He can't do anything until you push this button. And this has infected 500 million people who call themselves Christians, a pseudo kind of church across the planet where they have turned prayer into a mechanism by which they get what they want from God, who is obliged to supply it. Let me have you look with me at James chapter 4 for a moment. James chapter 4. Here is a perspective that I think these people need to have, and it would do you well to have it as well, lest you be drawn away by this. In James chapter 4, In verse 3, we read familiar words. You ask and do not receive. You ask and do not receive. You ask God and you don't receive. Why? Because you ask with wrong motives. What is your wrong motive? You want to spend it on your desires. So here's a new principle that I would like to advocate. Whatever you ask, simply because you desire it, you will not get. This is the exact opposite of everything that is part of that positive confession movement. James says, you ask and you do not receive because you are asking to satisfy your own pleasures. This puts you in the category, verse 4, of an adulteress. What does that mean? You have deviated from your true love, who is God, and you're having an affair with the world. This, he says, is friendship with the world. And that is hostility toward God.